Hi, I'm Jen. Welcome to the farm. I wanted to, first of all, just thank anybody that's been viewing my channel and has subscribed. Great feedback. I love getting the comments, so thank you for anybody that's been commenting and giving me feedback and ideas for future episodes. So just really happy and thanks to everybody. What I want to do today is I'm gonna take you around the farm and find spots where there's bits of wool that then I'm gonna spin them on the drop spindle. So just kind of a fun experiment to see what the yarn looks like from, you know, wool that I have in the mulch pile, wool that's been, you know, rubbed up against on the fence, laying in the driveway from skirting. So gonna give it a try, see how it goes. Hopefully it's fun for you to watch, and thanks again. So I'm here in my vegetable garden, and this is where I planted the butternut squash, and I put down some of the skirtings in the spring as mulch around the squash plants because it's hard to get in and weed or cultivate or whatever. So I don't know if you can see, but there's just piles of wool. It's been sitting here all summer, and it's, you know, obviously it's been weathered, but you can see the fiber still there. So I started a little clump of it, and it's spinning. It's like really sticky. It's so crimpy and fine still. Chunk of a leaf in there. So there's construction going across the road. They're building a house, and the corn dryer is going. It's a little bit windier than I thought it was going to be. So one of these days I'm going to make the investment, I promise. I'm using the Majacraft Turkish spindle, and I'll show you when I get back in the house. About the Majacraft spindle, it has different weights, so depending on the fiber you're spinning. Okay, so I believe that it's under 1/2, under 1/2, under 1/2, under 1/2. So the benefit of the Turkish spindle is you can, once you finish spinning, you can take out these little wings and you'll get a center pull ball to ply from. I don't do a lot of spindling, but I thought it'd be easier to do this little activity with the spindle. Like right now, I can't talk and do the count at the same time. So it's under 1/2, under 1/2. So that is fiber spun from my garden mulch. This is my front flower bed, and used the skirtings for mulch here as well. And it was interesting where I ran out of mulch wool for the other side of my flower bed. All the impatiens died on that side, but they thrived over here. So I'll be spinning up a little bit of that. So my eye caught this pretty little patch of black wool here. It's kind of short though. All right, maybe that'll work. Tease it out a little bit to make it so I can draft it better. am not this patient, so if I weren't being videoed, I would probably be frustrated. But it's just a fun activity. See what I get. Alright, so here's again where I have to. So I did the over 2, under 1, over 2, under 1, over 2, under, and I really don't know why you have to do it this way, but I watched a couple videos and that's what they said to do. Over 2, under 1, over 2, and we stop there. Fibers are really short, which is probably why they got skirted. But they're still spinning. This fiber here is kind of cool because it's got like, it's black, but it's got white skin side, so it's interesting. I wonder who that's from. Doesn't give me a lot of draft space, right? That's over 2, under 1, over 2. Somewhere else. I want to hit the driveway next, which is where I do my skirting. So in the spring, I'll put the fleeces out here when I skirt. I'll put the horses and I'll put my 2 pieces of grid wall down, and then I skirt the fleeces. And this is all stuff that just stuck around. Some of it goes into birds' nests and stuff, but it pretty much just kind of hangs out here. So we're gonna grab a little of this and spin it up. Grass stains, right? Natural dye, whatever. This one feels a little damp. There's a ton of stuff going on around here today. I'm going to take this tip off because there's no real good value there. Whoa, I almost threw it. Okay, under 1, over 2. Let's see what else we can find. So this is the pen that Rosemary and Locola are quarantined in until it's time to start breeding groups, and then we'll put them in with everybody. But you can see the panels on the fence are big enough that this is Rosemary, obviously. Rosemary can fit her head through and eat the grass outside the fence. So I'm gonna try spinning up some of this. I'm gonna collect it and spin it. Add it to my skein. I'm very well aware that I am copying an idea that another spindler did. I don't know her name. Somebody's certainly gonna know that, share it with me, no doubt. Cut myself short there. So this is only wool off of her neck, right? Because she's sticking her head through. And the neck wool we know is the finest of the whole fleece. And this is really fine. And that's a bee. Okay. I hope he's not on me. I don't hear him buzzing. It's really dirty. I'm not afraid of bees, but I got stung on the nose by a bee once when I was trying to open one of the gates. It really hurt. Getting stung on the face is terrible. Just little bits. It's not that fun to spin actually. It's really bumpy and lumpy. It's got a lot of dirt in it. Go around this side. It's all goldenrod over there in the center. So this is what I collected. It's bee just came back. It's not drafting very nicely, but I mean obviously it's still in the grease and been weathered. And I don't mean weathered like castrated, I mean been subjected to the weather. All right, just a second. Over 2, under 1. Okay, let's go see what else we can find. So this is the ram pen right now. I've got 2 adult rams in here. And I just saw this little scraps of Stinky Boy's wool. So I'm going to take those. Not a lot there to work with. Go see if it didn't really yield me very much wool. So I'm going to put that in my little basket here and look around some more, see where else I can find some. Can I just rip some off of you, John? He got rude last year. Look at how long his fleece is. I'm really excited. I'm going to use him for breeding this year for sure. Is that your wool right there? Excuse me. It's very clumpy. You can see how you must have like brushed up against it. Could you be any more handsome? Such a good boy. So this is ram's wool. Smell it. It's not as bad as if it were right off of the ram. That's likely because it's been sitting in the rain and the weather and stuff. We are talking serious art yarn here. Really bumpy. What do you guys think? Huh? I'm gonna try it. Alright, so I'm in the shelter of this beautiful larch tree. So hopefully the wind isn't as bad. And I got myself a handful down from the milkweed. I don't want to open it because it'll blow right out of my hands. And I am totally gonna try spinning this. See how it goes. Rats. on, keep spinning. Seeds are popping out as I go. No. Got a ton of twists, it's just there's nothing to draft. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I'm not even drafting. I just open up my thumb and forefinger and let the twist in there. It's just grabbing it. Really thick. I got some in my nose. I'm gonna try and find some more because I think that's super cool. We're 2 under 1. Oh my gosh. There's the end of my Oh, it's all just slipping and sliding away. So I bet you if I had this and was incorporating it in wool, that would be kind of nice. Because this just isn't working for me. Has anybody else ever done this successfully? All right, so now I grabbed a clump of wool from the driveway because the spinning the down on its own wasn't working. But what I want to do is I'm gonna like incorporate the down as separate, as little inserts into the yarn that I'm making here. Oops. That was a little light. Let me get this. Alright, and again, I have how I wind it up. I have to write it down here because I never remember. So it is under 1 over 2. Under 1 over 2. Still a little bit of down in there. Kind of cool, the seeds sort of fell out while I was adding it. Just to add a little texture, a little fluff. I think it would probably work better if I was doing the deal, but if you want to.
Be famous.
What did I say? Over 2.
Refer to the instructions.
2. So this thing, practice of grabbing fiber off the fencing, has a name. Do you know what it is?
No, sorry.
Because it's a British thing. Or UK thing.
So did you source the milkweed fluff from around the farm?
Yeah, it was on the pond. That's kind of more what I was thinking.
Hold it still, I'm going to come see. Ooh.
I'm sorry, I'm not wearing my mask right now.
It's fine, I'm still far enough away. And I'm trying to be back because the spindle drops far down, so.
I can sort of see that though as something kind of interesting and fun. We're 1 under 2. So the cool thing about I can't talk to do this at the same time. 1. The cool thing about the Turkish drop spindle is after you're done, you pull out these little wings, and then you can pull out the wool that you've spun, and it's a center pull ball automatically in the way that works. So it's kind of very utilitarian. There's a purpose for when I use the Turkish spindle. spindles have any idea that I'm spinning stuff than the ones on their bodies.
No, they're snoozing, enjoying the sunshine.
So Lisa on the Soulful Spinner, if you watch her YouTube channel, she does a lot of drop spindling. I am not a drop spindler. I like to use this Turkish spindle just because it's in my shop, and if somebody's got questions about using it or whatever, then offer guidance. But I think she's got a lip. It sounds like. There's probably a technique for doing this to get it.
We've got quite a little audience. I'm just going to pan around so we can see.
All right, so stop it.
Some sheep audience, quite fascinated with the drop spindle action currently happening in the field. Some members of the flock couldn't care less because they're snoozing. Oh. Who's this Jen? Frigg?
Freya.
Freya.
Or no, that's Black-Eyed Susan.
It's not any of the ones I thought. She
No,
likes.
it's not Black-Eyed Susan. That's one of my older sheep. This is Blue Sapphire. Oh, gosh.
Who is the mother of Frigg? I was kind of close.
She is the mother of Frigg, that's right. Or Freya, I mean.
Oh my.
Oh, yeah.
So sorry with the F names. We have a mental block on those.
That's a good point. I wonder why there were so many
I don't know. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. Sleepy sheepies.
Isn't that remarkable after all this time? The mother and the daughter is still.
They want to hang out. It's cute.
That's a good number of sheep for this pasture.
Hey, sweetheart. It's Blue Sapphire.
Blue Sapphire, yeah. We're going to breed her this year, but it's probably going to be her last year. I have her wool up in the shop right now in 1 ounce washed curly locks for Santa beards and felting and stuff like that. They're a little bit shorter this year than last year, but they're still really cool.
And I think this is one of her lambs. Straight ahead.
No, that's Mrs. Catmore's lamb.
Oh.
Her lamb is over there by the fence.
Oh yeah. I was looking at the eye patches.
Yeah.
Do you have two on there?
Has anybody else got their heads together?
I think it's just those two.
Did you get a picture?
Oh no.
Hi! I just got another Majacraft shipment today, and I think I remember what's in this, but I didn't look at the packing slip, so I'm going to do an unboxing of my order so we can all share in the excitement. Some of it, I don't think there's very much in this order that is a new item. I think most of the stuff is just replacement, but we'll see. Okay. This is not a Majacraft box. So it doesn't have their nice special logo on it and stuff. Okay. This is a plying flyer. And I'll do I'm gonna do a blog post on all the different flyers because I struggled trying to keep them straight, which was which. So I'm gonna do a really detailed one, and I could actually even have it wrong right now. This could be the wild flyer because I think the plying flyer has a delta orifice. But at any rate, it suits the jumbo bobbins. So that came in. That's new. I've never had that come in before. Okay. So I guess I must have just gone and splurged on flyers. This is the plying flyer. Flying flyer. So that's that delta orifice is what they call it, and a large hook and a regular cup hook type style. This also takes the jumbo bobbin because it's got the bigger diameter. This is the fine flyer with the ceramic E-hook, so it's called the Fine Flyer E something or other. Well, it's got the ceramic inserts on the guides, on the hooks, as well as in the orifice, and this fits the standard bobbin. Again, I'm going to take pictures of all these, comparing them, and giving you exactly what goes with what bobbin, what works on what wheels. Maybe a little bit for me too, because I just have a really hard time remembering. It'd be nice to have the visual guide. So that's another E-flyer, fine flyer. They're a little bit more pricey than the standard. I guess I bought 3 of them for me. Like I said, I am trying to build up my inventory so that people don't have to wait for the things that they need and deserve. Okay, so this is what gave the whole box its heft. Find my knife. I think I know what this is. I'm so curious about what this is going to look like and feel like. This come on, stop ripping. This paintbrush. And guess what it might be? So far we got this and this. This will give it away. We haven't figured it out yet. Blending board. So those of you that like to play with blending different colors, making rollags, making art bats, different types of stuff, there certainly will be a blog post about this very soon. Actually, Majacraft did a very nice couple of posts about this, so I may take some of the stuff from what they created, but so that's the blending board, which is so great and that's a new add to my stuff. So I guess I have a lot of new things here. So I ordered 2 of them, so I will always commit to having one in inventory. And then I think the rest of this At long last, all of the new wooden bobbins. So this stuff is all going to be going up into my website, and it's my standalone website, not the Etsy site. So I'll be putting it in the Etsy as backup, but look at that. That is a stylus bobbin. So cute. It's a little. So I think I ordered a few of those. So now you're just going to have to bear with me as I open all these bobbins. Oh yes, and I must have ordered like 15 of these because I don't know what's going on. You guys are just like going through these like they're candy bars or something, which is awesome. Keep it up. I'm still using the same one I started with, so they do last a good long time. Another stylus bobbin. Starters. Like I said, probably have about 15 of those in here. A couple more. Oh, isn't that beautiful? This is the lace bobbin with the new wood design with the cutouts and then the polymer on the outside. Lace bobbins have a thicker core, and that allows for less inertial pull as you're spinning your really, really fine lace weight yarns. At least that's what they say in all the documentations. I got a couple of those. Three of those. This is the baby bobbin. This is what you would use if you wanted to ply your lace weight yarn, or if you just like a smaller bobbin to spin with. More flickers. Another lace bobbin. I think this might be a stylus bobbin also. Indeed. Mini. Baby bobbin, I'm sorry. They're called baby bobbins. Cool stylus kit with the new bobbins. I always want to call it cores. So the stylus kit includes the actual stylus and then 2 cores. It's less expensive to buy these as a kit than it is to buy the parts separately. Just learned that. Did a little math. You guys know what this is by now. Stylus, got the little grooves. It smells like vanilla. More flickers, 2 flickers, and more flickers. So that was a pretty good haul. So, like I said, I'm going to get all this organized, get it up into my softshetlandwool.com, and then I'm going to do a blog post doing a comparison of the different bobbins and flyers and which ones work with which. It may not be a mystery to a lot of you guys, but it took me a while to figure it out. So, and I couldn't really find any materials that laid it out to me to my satisfaction. So we'll get that set up. So that's my Majacraft order today. Okay, I'm here with Pearl, Whispering Pines Pearl. And in our history video, I talked about her as being one of the first offspring that came on our farm, that we had on the farm, that really gave us the fine fleeces that we were looking for. So Pearl was born in 2010. She's out of Itasca and Bond, and we still have Itasca here. And she is a gray cap mugget, but the thing about her that's interesting, she's a gray cap mugget, but her face is really dark. So you can't really make out the facial cat mugget markings. She's got a little bit of white here, but you can certainly see the dark underbelly. Come here, sweetheart. You can certainly see the dark wool on the bottom, so she certainly is a cat mugget. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take off her coat so you can sort of see, because a couple people have asked me, you know, is that a difficult task? So let me just do this. So all I do is lift up the leg and slide the leg flap. I do that on both, and then you just pull her head out of this little hole here. So I wanted to show you, this is typical for when they're coated. I'm just gonna do a little parted fleece shot. Now, like I said, she was born in 2010, so she's 10 years old. Still really, I mean, Rich, what do you think? Just
yeah, it's still really nice.
Beautiful crimp. Now, one of the things about Pearl I struggled with, every year when we sheared her, she would hit the rise such that the fiber, the staple length was never really nice and long like I liked, and there was always a little bit of a break. So this year I had a breakthrough and I root her, and her staple length is wonderful. So, you know, here I thought she had a shorter staple when really it was just that we were harvesting the wool at the wrong time for her schedule. So I pulled out her average fiber diameter information. This was from 2018, so she was an 8-year-old ewe. Her average fiber diameter was 25.1, spinning fineness of 23.9, standard deviation was 4.7, and her coefficient of variation was 18.6 at 8 years old. And that is exactly what we're breeding for, is a sheep that is going to be fine, you know, for the first couple of years, but then as they age, they retain that fineness. So she's just an awesome ewe, and we really love her. And the other thing about Pearl that's important to our flock is that she's the mother of a good number of very key breeding stock in our flock. So I'm just going to read off. This is a printout that I've got out of the database from the North American Shetland Sheep Breeders Association. So the first offspring of note in 2013, she had Canterbury. Whispering Pines Canterbury, and he was incredibly soft. I don't know, Rich, if you've got other things you could say about Canterbury. He's the sire to quite a few sheep in our flock that, again, sort of launched the whole fine fleece effort. She's also the mother of Kiri, who was a lovely Morit ewe, Marianne. Both of those have moved on to other farms. She's the mother to Eleanor, who's in our flock today, and he has a gorgeous gray cat mugget fleece. Koki, the fawn cat mugget ewe, she's from the NPR year 2018. And then Sojourner, who's right over here. This is her ewe this year. This is Pearl's ewe lamb from this year. Her name is Sojourner, named after, you know, the women that were critical in getting the 19th Amendment ratified. And she also has that nice black face, but it's still a cat mugget. And I'm gonna attempt to do this with, maybe I can just, so I lost your mother the last time. There we go. Oh my gosh. So a little bit finer crimp than her mom, did you say?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Certainly softer.
Softer. And the ram that she had this year, the Morit ram, is also very fine and soft and dense, yeah. So the awesome thing is we've got sort of like a little mini me of Pearl, because we are retiring Pearl this year. She will not be breeding anymore. 10 years, she deserves a break, and she served the flock really well. So I just wanted to make sure, come here, sweetheart. Take a little time to give her the recognition that she deserves. Beautiful girl. The one in the center there is Pearl's Morat Ram. It's a really nice fleece. Good, you wear black. Why do you always have to get in everything? I created a next video clip for promotional introduction into the Woolen Fiber Arts group on Facebook. They're having a festival, a virtual festival at the end of the month. So I made this video. Turns out it wasn't really what they were looking for, but I put it on the end of this just in case anybody wanted to hear the information. Thanks. Have a great week. Hi, I'm Jennifer Johnson with Whispering Pines Farm. We're here in Niagara Falls, New York, and I'm going to be vending at the Woolen Fiber Artist Festival at the end of November. My live slot is at 3 p.m. on Sunday the 29th. And my plan is the first 20 minutes I'll just do a show and tell of the products that I'll be offering, and then the last 10 minutes I'll take you out on a tour of the farm and introduce you to some of our sheep that you can see here in the background. We do coat our sheep so our wool is really nice and clean, and we breed for fine Shetland sheep, so our Shetland sheep have low micron wool. It's very nice and crimpy and soft and bouncy, and you can wear it next to your skin. The way I'm going to be transacting during the festival is through my website, which is softshetlandwool.com. It's an e-commerce site. You can order anything you want right directly from the site. And I am a member of the Shave 'em to Save Them Livestock Conservancy Program. I do have passport stickers for every 4-ounce purchase of wool. And the other thing I wanted to let you know in my introduction is that I do produce a weekly vlog on YouTube. It's about 45 minutes to an hour, just all about life on a sheep farm, making yarn, and tools and equipment that I use in my everyday activities here on the farm. So I hope that you can check out our farm, and maybe we'll have a chat on Sunday at 3 p.m. Thanks.